Hi, friends. How are you today? Good to see you as always. Today, I'm honored and thrilled to have Damon Wallace of Billionaire Thoughts, founder and CEO. Wait till tell you what he does. It's amazing. I'm proud and honored again to say that he's in the NIA River Oaks group. We're very excited to have him. All right, Damon. So tell me about what Billionaire Thoughts. Give me tell me about it.
Sure. Bird's eye view. We are a company that helps small to mid-sized business owners to increase their profits, to have better teams, and to actually enjoy the things that they got into business for in the first place. Most business owners, they get into business because they want to create more freedom for themselves, more income, and we actually help them do that instead of just having a glorified job that, they get underpaid for.
So tell me so somebody's on the fence about getting a business coach. What do you tell them?
Um, so two things. One, there are two types of people who we typically work with. One is that business owner that really needs help. They need to really figure out how to get their business to a profitable stage and to go there. And so we can help those business owners to get to that point where they can kind of get out of that struggle mode. But the other type of business that we work with are those businesses that are quickly growing because growth can kill a business just as fast as, as not having enough business if it's not handled properly. And so we help businesses that are looking to scale. Our favorite clients are those ones that are going to get there anyway. We just help them to get there faster.
So you help them do you develop back-end situations or systems, or do you just, it's kind of a philosophical approach? Tell me, I want to know like a clear definition of kind of what you help them do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So I would say, kind of in our vision statement, one of the things that is part of that process in our vision statement is to educate, inspire, and empower entrepreneurs. And the way that we break those down is education. Some business owners get into business because they understand how to be a plumber, or they understand how to be an attorney, or they understand a skill set. They have a trade or a profession that they're good at. Whereas running a business may not be something that they actually went to school for. Even if you have, an MBA, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've been educated on all the things that it takes to run a business. You understand a skill set that is important in business, but running a business can be a night and day difference between what you were trained to do and what you actually do.
That
And
makes
so we
sense,
help.
yes, because I'm an entrepreneur too, and it's like, my Lord, you know, I'm really good at getting butts in seats, but I don't, the back stuff is just killing me. So now I understand that you really help somebody do the business side of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
the
what's an
other
ideal? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say the other piece of that is some businesses they're really good at what they do, and even actually running the business is fine, but they play small. And some people need to be able to think bigger. So that's where kind of the inspire comes in. We help people to think at a bigger pace, or a larger pace than they would have otherwise thought, to accelerate time frames. Some people think, one of the favorite things that my clients kind of have gotten used to over the years is when they tell me that their annual goal is 1.5 million. Great. So when you go for your $2 million this year, what do we what is it going to take? And oftentimes they stretch those goals and they hit those goals, which is awesome. And the empowerment is really more about accountability. As a business owner, there's really no one holding you accountable to what you say you're going to do. And so it can often put you in a position where sometimes you just don't do it because you decide that it wasn't as important to do, because there's nobody who's going to say, hey, last week you said you were going to do X. So
Did
we
you?
help with the accountability piece as well.
Well, that's great. And so, do you have a special vertical market? Do you have a special niche that you like to help, or are you a broad range? You help all sorts of businesses.
We're fairly broad range. When you think about business, every business has, you know, I use the example often of, when you go to the doctor, everybody has the same basic body, the same basic structure. And when you go, everybody's body is going to have some slight differences. You may have something going on that's, the next person may not have, which is probably why you're at the doctor in the first place. Um, but the overall structure of the body is the same. And it's the same thing with businesses. We help with the overall structure of the business. We're not going to teach an attorney how to be a better attorney. If you didn't get that from law school, we're not going to help you, with that piece of it. Or if you are not the greatest plumber, we're not going to help you with that piece of it. Our job is to help you with the building of the business. And so that's kind of where our specialty lies with building the basic infrastructure, which goes across pretty much any platform.
Super, that's neat. So tell me about a favorite customer story or client story.
Let's see.
You have to narrow it down to one.
I'll give you one of my favorites is this is actually one of our earlier clients who got started when we started off as consultants and we shifted over into coaching about 6.5, 7 years ago. And one of our very first clients was a young lady who she started our business. She had been in HR for probably about 15 years. And she started over. She had done really well in corporate America, but she wanted to step out and do her own thing. And when she had been in business for a year when we encountered her, and during that year, she made her first year was about 75,000 in revenue, which is not bad when you think about a first year in business, but she was coming from a six-figure job. And so she was contemplating, was it easier and less hassle for her just to go back and get a job? This was kind of her last ditch effort. She said, I'm going to try it and let's see what, I can do with business coaching. That next year, she had already increased by several hundred thousand. This last year, we just closed out her books and she did almost $1.6 million in revenue. And her goal for next year is already 3 million, which she already has the contracts and everything lined up that we're confident that she'll hit it. So in just a few years, she has gone to a point where she has a multi-million-dollar business.
That is so, I'm getting goosebumps because you really are changing lives. You're not changing her lives, you're changing her family's lives and legacies behind that.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps because I'm the touchy-feely one, but that is just amazing. All right. So what's the best way to reach you?
I would say there's two ways. One, my email at Damon, Damon, at billionairethoughts.com. And I can also give my cell phone number, which is 314-357-6436. Again, that's 314-357-6436.
And I love the name. It's not millionaire thoughts, it's billionaire thoughts.
It all starts with mindset. There's a lot of millionaires out there. We believe that, you can get to a million by yourself without having too much of a structure put in place. You can get lucky and hit a million, but to go after a billion, it's a pretty big number. But there's a secondary meaning behind it. We have a philosophical thought process, and it's really kind of centered more around our philanthropic goals. We believe that if we can help create 1,000 people who earn additional $1 million a year to their bottom line, then when it's time to go through things like, there are schools that they don't have books, right? They don't have air conditioning. They don't have the basic needs. The teachers are trying to go buy their own school supplies and all the other stuff. There's homeless people that are on the street. But imagine if you could take 1,000 people who earn $1 million a year and say, hey, this year, we're going to focus on this particular philanthropic cause. Imagine the impact that you could have. So that's kind of where our heart is. It's how do we create the most impact? And I know that based on our skill sets, it was easier to do by helping people to have greater success.
I love it. It's just all encompassing. That's great. Well, I appreciate the time. I'm telling you, I'm super honored that you're in the NIA River Oaks group, and please reach out to Damon and he will help you get to be a billionaire.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's going to be a great year. 2023.
This is our Jordan year.
All right. Well, thank you, friends. I will see you soon. Damon, thank you so much for your time and your insights. Very exciting stuff. So we will see you all very soon. All right. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.